All right, and here's another example of greatest common factor, but this one has 3 terms, but I still start the same way. I look at the 3 coefficients, which are 2, 6, and 10, and I'm going to factor out the largest common factor to those numbers, which would be 2. I can only get a 2 out of a 2 because it's a prime number. And 6 and 10 are both even numbers, so I can divide them by 2. So I know I'm pulling out a 2. Then I'm going to look at the variables, and on this example, I made it so that there's only one variable. They're x's, but I have x to the third, x to the fifth, and x to the second. And just keep in mind, x to the third is an x times x times x. And an x to the fifth is an x times x times x times x times x. And an x to the second is an x times x. So when you're looking at them, they all have at least one x, and they all have at least 2 x's, and that's it. Now, x cubed and x to the fifth have more x's, but x squared doesn't. So the most you can factor out is an x squared. And then it's just basically division at this point. You are going to take each one of these 3 terms, and usually it's just mentally, but I'm writing it down for you. I'm going to divide them all by the 2x squared, the greatest common factor. Now, 2 divided by 2 is a 1. X cubed divided by x squared is just an x to the first. You can put the first if that helps you. Because x cubed divided by x squared, you would take the 3 and subtract the 2 and get the 1. Then I got the plus. 6 divided by 2 is a 3. And then on the x to the fifth divided by x to the second, I'm just going to look at it over here. Here's x to the fifth divided by x to the second. The x's cancel out, and you're left with xxx, or x cubed. Plus, and then 10 divided by 2 is 5, and an x squared cancels out an x squared, and that's just a 1. But 5 times 1 is 5. So my final answer is 2x squared times x plus 3x cubed plus 5. There you go. GCF.